Men don't fail love or relationships because they're bad men. They fail because they love like a boy and not like a man. I mean, they leave with emotion and not enough strength to control it. While they show passion, they don't have enough stability to really make it worthwhile. And though they chase love, they can't actually hold on to it when it arrives. I mean, they burn out and then women see that they're just going to love dump them. So, masculine love is different and it's difficult. And until you've understood it, you're going to keep on losing the good woman you dream about. You know, the type of girl that you want to have a family with one day. Howdy, my name is Nolan T. Painter, and with this new environment, I want to bring a new topic. After all, I've been talking about discipline and habits to make your life worthwhile, but why make a life worthwhile if you can't share it with someone else? Right? Nonetheless, people like to be rich and famous like Hamza and Andrew Tate, and then all of a sudden they think they know how to treat a good woman, and then they brag about sleeping around with whores all day. Those aren't good men. They're good at making money, but they're not good at making love. So if you want to be a man who has a beautiful relationship, start now. Start before you're rich and find the woman who's going to build with you at your rock bottom and not some chick who's going to stay with you because you're rich. So let's get straight to it. Why do men fail in love? Why do boys love as hard as they could and still fail? Well, that's because men think effort is enough. But, you give effort to the wrong area, to a woman who doesn't love you, and the effort is negligible. I mean, a blessing at the wrong time is still the wrong blessing. You give your 6-year-old kid keys to your truck. He doesn't know how to drive them, so how good is the truck to him? So in this, you got to realize intensity doesn't equal love. And these boys think emotion is just proven commitment. But the truth is, masculine love is an emotion. It's structural. And love isn't some emotion as emotions come and go, especially in ladies. Love is more. Love is special. Right? Men fail in love because they can't regulate their emotions. They're unpredictable. They need to be validated. They expect a woman to lead for him, and they mistake attachment for commitment. Just look at these notes I've put down, right? Well, you got to regulate your emotions. That's a no-brainer. You got to be predictable. Well, why predictable? Well, if a man imagines a future, a woman foresees a future because they're detail-oriented based on their patterns. But if she can't predict you, how can she foresee you? And additionally, while we love to be validated, which is healthy, if you're prioritizing your validation over your sacrifice, then you're not a man worthy of such things. And while you want to have a woman make moves and lead you, that comes through her submission, which is voluntary. And voluntary as a result to, if a woman just submit to every man, then she'd be a whore, and we wouldn't want that. So that means a man must first prove himself to be a leader for her to voluntarily submit. Keyword on voluntary. You can't force a woman to submit. That's not true love. And of course, we mistake attachment for commitment. Being attached to someone doesn't show you're committed to them. Just because you really have feelings for them, as long as you're not showing that and making it clear in your intentions with them, then you're not really committed. The harsh truth is a woman can't trust a man who she has to stabilize. So work on your own life and stabilize it, and holy smokes, a woman will help you. I mean, think of it. You got to bring the wood and the screws, and you got to build a house, but she makes it a home. She makes it beautiful. She makes it worthwhile. So you can get the riches, but without her, the riches aren't worth it. So find rich in love. Be the man with a heart of gold and a brain of diamonds, and let her fill your soul with something infinitely worth more. Right? So anyways, so now that we understand why men fail at love, we got to understand what is masculine love. Well, masculine love is stability, not intensity. So women don't fall in love with chaos. I know we like to think the pathetic average chick wants this man who's always unpredictable, but that's not the case. They fall in love with predictability. Masculine love is like having a calm tone. You're always consistent. I mean, think of it. Let's say there's a girl crying in front of you. You love this girl. You don't provide her with solutions. You are the solution. And think about it this way to get a little workaround. Yes, women want their problems to be solved, but not the way you like it to be solved, because they're the opposite side of the same coin. We all want problems to be solved, but if she's crying right there, a solution isn't you talking to her about it. A solution is you being there present with her so she's calm and she's appreciative of your love and connection with her, right? Men love action, women love connection, physical connection. So you being there, and present with her is enough to have her problem solved. And then you can move to the next thing. Action based, right? And that comes looking at your emotional control. How do you support your emotions? How do you control your emotions, right? How do you have authority over the environment? How can you let her run free and have all these emotions and still feel safe, right? How do you have direction in life? Do you know where you're going? More importantly, does she know where you're going? Are you reliable? Do you show up when you're needed? And more importantly, do you show up every other day, even when you're not needed? Because life as a man isn't about showing up when people want you. It's about showing up every day, no matter what, even in relationships. I'd go as far to say especially in relationships. So men think being romantic or being deep will impress her, but the truth is your calm is what makes her feel safe, and women love safety. Whether it's physical, spiritual, emotional, safety is key, right? It's like the sixth sense. They go naturally where they feel safe. If you're a big man, she'll hide behind you because you're physically safe. If you lead her to God, she'll let you lead her because she finds you spiritually safe. And if you let her cry on your shoulder, then you're letting her be emotionally safe. And those are the three main parts of safety that is necessary to be a good man. And a man who can control himself and his own emotions is a man she can relax with. And I love to say a man needs to be emotionally grounded in truth, not logic, because logic can be skewed as a result of two people who are equally logical arguing with each other. So if two people who are logical can argue with each other, then we need to lead in something else, which is truth. So I love the analogy that you are a pole grounded into the crust of the earth and you're sticking out the Atlantic Ocean. You're struck by lightning, loud thunders rumbling. Of course, you're struck by waves and high winds, but it doesn't matter. You're never swaying. Right? You're still a pole that doesn't bend and it doesn't sway and it doesn't skew because you're rooted in truth. And in this, you can't lead in emotion, no matter what emotion it is. We forget we can't lead in eagerness, right? We're so happy we're going to be eager and we're going to say the wrong thing and, act the wrong way, or we're sad so we're going to act the wrong way or lash out in anger. You can't lead in emotion as a man. But it doesn't mean you can't be vulnerable. A man can still be vulnerable. It just has to be at the right time. At the wrong time, and the wrong moment can make a bad moment worse or a good moment bad. And holy smokes, women love the moment. They'll do anything to keep the moment as precious as it is. So be a man who encourages the moment and sets up moments. Like when a crying woman is there, let her cry on your shoulder. That makes the moment and she'll appreciate it for that. So masculine love in all these things that I've described is not needy, right? Most men feel emptiness and then they want reassurance, validation, approval, and emotional caretaking. Now, a woman who comes to you and makes you reassured, makes you validated, gives you approval, and is emotionally caring for you is a good thing. We search for those things in a woman. However, masculine love doesn't demand energy, it provides energy. So if you're failing to provide the masculine equivalents of such things, then you yourself don't deserve them. I mean, why would a woman cook for you if you weren't changing her tires? Why would a woman love you if likewise you didn't? Why would you want a woman to go to the gym if you've never bought a gym pass? So you know what I'm saying? If you want to have these things in you, what are you giving to her? And that's not me scolding you. That's not me giving you the shit. That's me just saying, hey, if we want to feel all these good things, these healthy desires, it's healthy to want to be loved and be reassured and be cared for. It's healthy to want to be like this little baby boy one day who's in his girlfriend's arms. It's okay to want those things. It's okay to desire those things. But what are we providing? What is that vulnerability giving? Is it worthwhile? And in this, we got to realize when a man stops loving like a child, he becomes the type of man that a woman respects and that she will love the way he would like to be loved. That doesn't mean change your life around for them, but it means certainly providing the bare necessities if you require or request to have the same be brought to you. If you want to be reassured, make her feel safe. If you want to be validated, make her feel able to feel however she wants. If you want to be approved upon along your journey, let her know that she's coming for the way. And if you want to be cared for, let her be physically cared for. You know what I'm saying? If it's that time of the month and she's going through a period, go see her, wrap her up in a blanket, get her some hot chocolate, get her a big glass of water with some salts and some lemon put into it because you know that'll be better for blood retention and fluid retention in her, right? Do whatever you can to make her feel comfortable and bring her a warm blanket and like one of those warm stuffies with like the water in it that's warm so she feels comfortable in her midsection, right? Do whatever you can, right? Get her like a little love you note, like go above and beyond. Doesn't that sound sweet? Like, I know you might be looking at me and going, Nolan, this is cringy, but you can't deny it. It seems so unimaginably sweet to want to do that for someone, right? But that comes with the expense of, if you're going to do that, right, she's got to return it to you. But in this, we realize she can't return it to us if there's nothing to return it for. So we have to provide these things to her. And if we as a man want to lead, right, we want to lead as men, that means leading by example. So if we want to lead by example, that means doing these things first. Coming to her with the reasons for why she has to reciprocate them to us. So many men want these things, and that's okay. But what are we providing for it? Likewise, a woman wants a rich man, but is she rich in heart? Of course, we move to the next part, which is masculine love requires self-control. What's the point of all these things if you can't control yourself? And I'm going to be very passionate about, believe me, because a man without discipline cannot love correctly. Because if you can't control your impulses, anger, lust, habits, or emotional reactions, then you will always be unstable and a woman will never love you, especially with lust. And I hate it. So many people are accepting lust into their relationships. And I had someone even leave a comment on my videos saying, oh, it's okay to lust in relationships. No, it's not. Do not confuse lust with loving intercourse. You can have intercourse with your wife. You can have intercourse with your partner who you love far and beyond because you love her. That's not lust. Lust is fundamentally a selfish concept. It's the idea of fulfilling a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's the idea of fulfilling an ever-expanding void within your heart because you want to feel good. Lust is the man watching porn all day and goes out and screws a bunch of women because he wants to do it and feel good, not a man who wants a wife. Lust is a woman who reads those romance novels about a wolf with a 14-inch cock just raping young women, or a man cheating on her wife so he can be with her, and then goes out and becomes a whore and lets a bunch of men sleep with her so she can feel good. And that's what lust is. Lust isn't man and wife. Lust isn't woman and husband. Lust is horrible. So never invite lust into a relationship. And if you're a man who struggles with it, then it will lead drastically into your life and it will ruin it. I'm so ashamed of what I've done in my life as a result of lust. And I'm so deeply hurt as a result of the things I've done with other people in my relationships. I've never had sex, but I now confidently can say I will never have a first kiss with my wife. I will never have my wife be my first ever hug and my first ever time I've kissed or laid down with someone. So as a man, and especially as a woman too, let your firsts be reserved for your wife. Your first kiss, let it be your wife. The first time you hold hands, let it be your wife. The first time you have sex, let it be your wife. And likewise for the woman, let that be your husband. Why would you want to bring shame to your name when you go to your partner and say, you're not the first person I've kissed? That's not acceptable. And why especially would you want to say you're not the first person I've slept with? Why would you sleep with someone why would you sleep with someone who's not your life partner unless it's lustfully? Think about it. If you were dating this person or if you were hooking up with someone and they're not going to be your wife one day, why would you sleep with them? Now, I understand the difficulty of you thinking someone's going to be your wife and they hurt you, but if you're a man and you consciously know this person's not going to be your wife one day, why would you sleep with them? You're fulfilling a self-fulfilling, selfish prophecy. It's horrible. A woman can never heal a man who refuses to be disciplined. And in this discipline, we find direction. Masculine love has direction because women don't want a man who loves intensely. They want a man who loves unconditionally and intentionally, right? Not unintentionally, but intentionally, right? So direction means you know where your life is heading and she knows where your life is heading and you want to bring her along the way. She's going to submit to you because voluntarily she sees you as a leader. Right? Like I said earlier, if women just submit to every man, then they'd be whores. They would just be going, oh, I see you. I'm going to submit to you right away without thinking or realizing if he's a good man. And how do you know if you're a good man? It comes through proofs. Like those moments when a car turns over on your girlfriend and you lift her up like Superman, right? Those proofs that come through time that show you're worthwhile and show you're a leader. So time's essential here. So you got to be patient. And in this patience, we're going to realize there's so many moments for us to be shown as good leaders. But only until we're shown as good leaders can a woman come and submit to us. But in this submission, we're going to find that she's going to love our direction. So that's where our life is heading, what we're building, what standard do we have for ourselves, and what standard do we have for her. Women hate it, right? The average chick hates it when a man wants her to improve. She wants a man who's just going to do all the work and she's never going to have to worry about improving, right? That's when you realize as a man, if you want to be good, 99% of the dating pool is cut off. If you want to be a Christian in a relationship, 99% of the women are gone. If you want to be celibate and wait till marriage, 99% of the women are gone. If you want to work hard and love your partner to the same way they loves you, 99% of the relationship opportunities are gone, right? If you want to have a relationship where she improves you and likewise you expect her to improve, 99% of the women are gone. Because the average woman, the 99%, doesn't want a man who's going to make her improve. They just want a man they can sleep around with and feel good and giddy because they're not emotionally intelligent. 99% of the population, man or woman, are not emotionally intelligent. They're emotionally unintelligent and they lack the capabilities to have integrity. So if you want to be a good man, you have to realize that good women out there are far and few in between, but so are you, and that makes you valuable. So appreciate your value as a man and recognize the value that you have because you can lead in moments. You don't dominate them, but you lead them healthily, and your future is not an accident. It's a purpose that is found based off of your actions. A masculine man isn't going to say stuff like, I love you. He's going to say stuff like, I'm building a life that's going to hold us, and for that, I love you evermore, right? He's going to go above and beyond. I love you is great, but does I love you mean anything? Does I love you have a value? Right? The words I love you only have as much value as it is associated with your actions. So if you're a man who does nothing and you're just going to say it, she's going to cry and wonder if you mean it. But if you're a man who sees a future with her and likewise she does with you, then those words mean evermore. Of course, though, men fail in love because they lead women with emotion instead of presence, right? Masculine love doesn't shout, it doesn't panic, and it doesn't depend on whether she can hold you together or not, but it just does. It's simple, it's calm, it's stable, it's disciplined, and it's directed. If you can simply do these things, you'll find a woman who will love you more than anything else. You will find those desires fulfilled. You will be loved. You will be cared for, whether it's emotionally, physically, or spiritually. You will be supported. You will actually find value in this relationship, and you will find it is everything you've ever loved and ever desired. You'll find reassurance. You'll find approval. You'll find validation. You'll find caretaking. All the things you look inside yourself that you really miss, you will find those things. But first, it means you gotta be a good man. A woman can love many men, but she can only trust the one that she loves as like a real man, not a boy. My name is Nolan T. Painter. I apologize for my delivery. My throat's really hurting, and I've spent the last 4 hours trying to record this video because I've had family partying upstairs, and I'm recording on an iron table with my phone backed up against a World War II tank casing. I'm not even joking. But yeah, so of course, I love you. God loves you. I'm going to really pray for your relationships. I hope you get one day. Of course, that's given that you work hard to be a good man. Yes, the dating pool is decreased, but holy smokes, the standards rise high. And when the standards are high and your standards are high, you're only going to find greatness. My name is Nolan T. Painter, of course. I love you. God loves you. And I will be seeing you tomorrow.